Good morning, children. So this video is on chapter 1, globes, maps and diagrams, and the topic that I'm going to discuss is elements of weather. Okay. Now, for understanding map properly, so to understand the map properly, okay, it is very important to know and learn about the various elements or various symbols of a map. Symbols means, okay, those signs which helps us to understand that map, okay, which helps us to explain that map properly. So what are they? Okay, there are 5, okay, basically elements. Number 1 is title, okay. Number 2 is direction. Number 3 is scale. And number 4 is grid system. It is also called grid reference, okay. It is also called grid reference. So sometimes it is also called REFERENC, reference, as well as sometimes it is okay called graticule, okay. We'll come later on that. And this is another okay element of the map which is called legend or key. Sometimes it is also called LIST, list, like list of things are okay present in this class. Okay, so let's learn about this title from the book. Okay, the first topic that I'm going to discuss is title. Okay, now let's read this one. The main title of the map tells us, okay, the main, okay, title means name of a map. What is the name of a map? Okay, it might be a political map, it might be a physical map, okay, are you understanding? Or it might be thematic map. Are you understanding? So the name of the map is written at the top of the map. Are you understanding? So the main title of the map tells us about the name of the country of the map for which we are studying. Which country map we are studying? Like it might be Australia map. It might be written Australia map. But instead of Australia map, it might be written, okay, physical map of Australia also. It might be written physical map of Australia, AUSTRALIA, Australia. Now, what is a physical map? If you look at this word physical, physical means natural, which is not made by man. Like the trees, like the soil, like the rocks. Are you understanding? Like the sand. Can you make sand? It is made by nature. That is the physical feature or natural feature of the earth. Are you understanding? So we are studying about the physical map. In the physical map, what you find? You find mountains, hills, plains, plateaus, rivers, and so on. Are you getting my point? So the main title of the map tells us about the name of the country. So the map which tells us about the name of the country or a continent is known as a political map. Remember that. Are you understanding? State, district, village, country, or a region. Now, what is a region? Please underline that word region. R-E-G-I-O-N. Region means an area. Region means an area. Okay. Now, do you know what does the word continent mean? Can you look at the book? What does the word continent mean? Continent means land. Please pay attention. It means land. Are you understanding? Now, we are going to the second line, the secondary title. Can you underline that secondary title? Okay. The secondary title means the subtitle. Okay. The subtitle means, okay, we are studying about Australia map. We are studying about, let's take for example, the name of the map is Australia. The name of the map is Australia. Australia, okay? The name of the map is Australia. But what map we are going to study about Australia? Okay, it might be physical map or it might be political map. So if we want to study the physical map of Australia, so it might be written physical map of Australia. So physical means it becomes the subtitle. It becomes the subtitle. Subtitle means the subject. Are you understanding? The theme. So the secondary title tells us about the theme or the topic. Topic means what we are going to study that in this map. In Australia, this is the map of Australia. But what we are going to study there? We are going to study the physical features. Physical features means natural features of the earth or natural features of the area that is found in Australia. Are you understanding? So, the theme means subject. Please underline that one, okay, and write the meaning. Subject, okay. Topic means, okay, matter. What matter we are studying? We are studying natural features. We are studying natural features. Please write it down, okay. Please write it down. Topic means matter or content of the map. Example, political map. It might be political map. No. Political map. If you look at the political map, let's take for example, you have a political map, okay. Wait. You have a political map in page number, okay, 9. Go to page number 9, okay. Now you have a political map. Okay, you can see the political map. It is in yellow color. This map is in, okay, and it has, okay, basically defined all the states. Can you see the states? Yeah, the name of the states are written. This is a political map. Does it show mountains and hills? No, this is a political map. Remember that, okay? Now let's go to the same topic, okay? Road map also, okay? Sometimes you have maps of roads also. Crop map. Crop map means it shows the, okay, agricultural fields. It shows the land, okay, where you grow crops. Are you understanding? Where the people of India are growing crops. And who grow crops? Farmers. Isn't that so? Then we find mineral maps also. Now mineral means like, okay, mineral is an inorganic substance. Is an inorganic substance like gold, silver, etc. Are you understand? Which is found inside the earth. Okay? And where these minerals are found in India? This map helps us to understand where these minerals are found in India. Where petroleum is found in India. Where coal is found in India. Are you understanding? Where mica is found in India. So these maps helps us to understand, okay, these minerals which are basically distributed or found in different places in India. Are you understanding? Then relief map. Underline that relief. Relief means, okay. So write it down, okay. I will just give the meaning. A map. Relief means a map showing, a map which shows hills and shading. S-H-A-D-I-N-G. A map which shows hills and shading. Now, shading. In arts also you do shading of the hills, no? Like you make a mountain and you make a shading. This shading is done also in a map to show the height of a particular landform or a mountain. Are you understanding? So, relief map is a physical map. Relief map is a physical map. Underline that and write it down. It's a physical map. Okay? Write it down. Are you understanding? Now, we are moving on to directions. Now, what is the direction? Direction means north, south, east and west. Do you understand? Where is north? Where is east? Do you understand? Now, the second element of the map is called direction. Now, we are studying direction. D-I-R-E-C-T-I-O-N. Direction. Now, whenever we are talking about direction, okay, the first thing you have to understand is, okay, in many maps, okay, in many maps, if you look at atlas also, or if you find any map, okay, of the world or of a country, you will find that there is a vertical line. There is a vertical line. What is a vertical line? This line is called vertical. Are you understanding? This line is called horizontal. Are you getting my point? Keep that in mind and write it down. Which line is called vertical? Write it down. This is called vertical line. This is called horizontal. H-O-R-I-Z-O-N-T-A-L. Horizontal line. This is called vertical. V-E-R-T-I-C-A-L. Vertical. C-L-E, okay? C-L-E, sorry. vertical line. Now, listen to me carefully. Now, in a map, let's take for example, you have an atlas. In an atlas, if you open a page, you'll find a map. Okay, you'll find a map, okay? And you find a vertical line on the right hand side. On the right hand side. Which is the right hand? Okay, are you understanding? On the right hand side, you have a vertical line, like this kind of line. So, this is the vertical line. And which has a tip, like this kind of showing. Okay? Whose upper point has an arrow marked with the letter N. So, at the top of this arrow, you have a capital letter N. N means north. N means north. If you know the north, you can find the south, you can find the east, and you can find the west. So, this N means north line. This N means north line. If you know the north, this is the north, this becomes the south, this becomes the east, this becomes the west in a map. Are you understanding? This is known as direction. This is known as direction, and it is known by a name called cardinal direction. C-A-R-D-I-N-A-L. Cardinal direction. Are you understanding? So let's read the book now. Okay, direction. Usually a compass gives us an idea of direction. So when you look at the compass gives you direction. Actually, the purpose of the compass is to give you direction. But carrying a compass with each map is not easy. But if you want to visit some places and you have to carry the map also, you have to carry the compass also in your pocket, it is not easy. So the directions are marked on the map with the help of an arrow. So you find in every map that a vertical line is present on the right hand side with an arrow marked with the letter N. Generally, the head of the arrow indicates the north direction, and this is known as the north line. Please underline that one in the book. Okay. Now, another point that you have to understand is, look at the board. Okay. Now, the same thing. Let's take for example, there is a map of India. Okay, there is a map of India here. Okay, there is a map of India here. Okay, there is a map of India here. But nothing is found on the right hand side. Nothing is written on the right hand side. You don't find a vertical line also. You don't find a, the uppermost part is marked with an arrow also. You don't find an arrow. You don't find N also. The letter N also is not there. So, how you are going to understand which is north and which is south? So, let's read the book, okay? In its absence, the upper part is assumed to be north. So, if you don't find any arrow or any vertical line, or you don't find any word or alphabet like N, etc. in the map, you always have to think this upper part as north. This lower part as what? South. This part as east. This part as west. If you don't find arrow in a map. Are you clear? Now, in its absence, the upper part is assumed to be north, the lower part as south, and the right and the left indicates east and west directions respectively. North, south, east and west are the four cardinal directions. Now, how many directions are there? North, number 1. Number 2 is south, east and west. How many directions are there? 4. These 4 directions are called cardinal directions. These 4 directions are called what? Cardinal directions. It is known by a name. It is known as cardinal directions. So when I say cardinal direction, you have to automatically understand I am talking about north, south, east and west. So in other classes also, if I say, do you know the cardinal directions? Then it has to come in your mind. What I am talking about. I am not talking about a person's name. I am talking about north, south, east and west. Are you getting my point? Now, why do we need north, south, east and west as a cardinal direction? Because it helps us to find a place or locate a place. It might be your friend's house also. If you want to find your friend's house also, this direction helps you to find the house of your friend. You understand? Your friend's house is located in which direction? You understand? So it has us to locate the place. So the main purpose or main function of this direction is to find the location of a place. So the main purpose of this direction is to find the location of a place. Are you getting my point? Now we are moving on to another direction. First we learned cardinal direction now. Okay. Now we are moving on to the same direction only. Okay. Now you understood that this is known as north, south, east and west. Okay. Now we are going to learn about intermediate directions that you also find in your compass also. When you are using a compass, you also find the intermediate directions. Okay. Intermediate directions means I am coming here. Okay. At this paragraph. A compass also shows intermediate directions. What is intermediate means? I-N-T-E-R, inter, M-E-D-I-A-T-E, intermediate direction. Intermediate direction means middle. Please write it down, the meaning. It means middle direction. It means middle, in the middle. The direction that you find in the middle, okay? They are found between, okay, north and east, east and south, south and west, okay, west and north. So what is intermediate direction? So I am going to show you on the blackboard, okay. Now these intermediate directions are points that you find in between, like this way, okay. This is the intermediate direction. So I am writing here. This is known as the intermediate direction because it is found in the middle, okay. So this is known by the name northeast. Northeast. Are you getting my point? This is known as intermediate direction because you find in the middle of these two cardinal directions. This is also known as intermediate directions. This is known as by the word southeast. Southeast. Are you getting my point? Now I am drawing another direction here. This is known as southwest. Underline in a book also. Okay? And this is known as northwest. So these four directions are basically called intermediate directions. Okay? So if a position lies halfway, so this is halfway or not? This is halfway of east. This is also halfway of east, so it is lying in the middle. This is known as intermediate directions, okay? So, if a position lies halfway between north and east, it will have a northeast direction. If a position lies halfway between south and west, it will have a southwest direction. Southwest direction, okay? Thus, these directions are known as intermediate directions. These directions points put together forms a rose. Now they look like a rose. How they look like a rose? If you look at the compass, look at the picture of the compass. Picture of the compass. Can you see the picture of the compass in the page number, okay, 7? Okay? They look like a rose, a flower. And it is called by a name, compass rose. Because when you basically add, okay, cardinal direction plus intermediate direction, it looks like a rose. It looks like a rose. Why? Because this tip of the point of the direction looks like a petal. Looks like a petal of a flower. Do you know what is a petal? Yeah? P-E-T-A-L. Petal of a flower. It looks like a rose. Therefore, it is called by a name compass rose. Please underline that in your book. Okay? Now, we are moving on to scale. The third element. Okay? Is scale. Scale. Okay, now let's read the scale, okay? If you look at the distance of the earth, if you look at the earth only, let's make a globe. Okay? In a globe, you find lands as well as water. Yeah? You find oceans as well as many continents. What are continents? Continents means land. You find Africa also, you find Australia also, you find North America also, you find South America also, you find Asia also, you find Europe also. Are you understanding? You find India also. Are you understanding? So this makes a land. You find oceans also, Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. Are you understanding? So it's a big place. To fit the picture of this globe, so if I say this is a globe, okay, to fit the picture of this globe in a piece of paper, okay, in a piece of paper, like this kind of paper, you have to reduce the size of the picture. You have to reduce the size of the picture because the earth is very, very big. And to fit the big picture in a piece of small paper, you need a scale. You need a scale because you have to reduce the size of the picture. Are you getting my point? So, the distance on the earth are very, very vast. A map cannot be drawn equal. So, the picture of the globe cannot be exactly drawn on a piece of paper. Or the picture of the earth, that is a very big picture, cannot be fit into a piece of paper because we need a large paper to fit that picture. Are you understanding? So, a map cannot be drawn to equal size or to the original size of the earth. So, map has to be reduced in picture. Are you understanding? In size. According to a ratio. According to a ratio. Now, in maths, you might be doing ratio. Do you know what is a ratio? Are you doing ratio in maths? Like, what is the ratio? 1:3. Yeah? Are you doing ratio? Or 1/3. This is known as a fraction. This is known as a ratio. Are you understanding? A ratio is used to reduce the size of the map. Reduce the size of the map. Are you understanding? So, map makers. Map makers are called what? Cartographers. Please underline that word. Cartographers means what? Map makers. Please write it down. Map makers basically use, okay, the scale to reduce the size of the picture of the map. Okay? So, what is a scale now? Okay? So, I am going to rub this one. Okay? I am going to rub this one. Last time I taught you scale. Last time I taught you scale. Isn't that so? Now, last time I told you, what is a scale? A distance between the 2 points. Remember that? Okay. So, let's take for example, okay, in a map. Okay, this is a map. Okay. Let's take for example, this is a map. Okay. In a map, okay, the distance between the 2 points, that is A and B, is, okay, basically 1 centimeter. But the actual distance outside the map will be from A to B might be, okay, 6 kilometers, which I have taught you in the previous class. And I have told you, okay, these 2 points, if you take as Siliguri and Kalimpong. Let's take for example from Kalimpong to Siliguri. In the map, the distance is basically 1 centimeter. But the actual distance from, okay, Kalimpong to Siliguri, okay, is basically 6 kilometers, which I have explained to you in the previous lesson. So, what is the definition of the scale? Okay, this is known as the map distance. This is known as the map distance because it is found in the map. This distance is found in the map, and this is found, the original distance is known as a ground distance. So, a scale indicates the ratio of the distance between 2 points on the map and the actual distance between the same 2 points on the ground. Okay. Now, what is a scale? Scale means, okay, scale means a ratio between, okay, 2 points on a map. Now, what are the 2 points on the map? It is A and B. It is A and B. Are you understanding? Now, if I compare this 6 kilometers, can I draw 6 kilometers in a piece of paper? Can I tell you if I can I draw 6 kilometers in a piece of paper? I can draw, but I need a big paper. 6 kilometers is very, very large. 6 kilometers is very, very large. If you go to St. Augustine School also, it is 1 kilometer only. It's 1 kilometer only. So, to fit that picture in a piece of paper, it's very, very hard. So, in order to reduce the size of the picture, a map maker uses a scale. So, the distance measured in the map is actually the distance covered in the ground. So, what is the scale? Scale means a ratio between 2 points of the map is equal to 2 points on the ground, which is known as map distance is equal to ground distance. So, in a map, you find this map distance as 1 centimeter is equal to 6 kilometers. Now, 6 kilometer is the ground distance, whereas 1 centimeter is the map distance, which I have taught you in the previous class. And if you don't understand that, you have to go to the previous video that I have explained to you, okay? So, this much for today. Thank you for listening.